If I were you, I wouldn't threaten a guy who could kick your can halfway up the street and back.
You feeling froggy, son? Then jump.
And if you're feeling smart, don't.
Ribbit.
To say that it's been getting wild in JJK Modulo would be an understatement. These past 2 chapters have been nothing short of legendary. Not only did we get to see an old friend again, but we got to see Yuji absolutely destroy him and prove himself once again as that GOAT. Along with that, we also get hints at a new Jujutsu world, or non-Jujutsu world, but I'm getting ahead of myself. To start off, we gotta go back to Maru versus Surugi. This is what I like to call a meaningful fight with no meaning. High risk and absolutely no reward. There was no point in this fight happening because it does nothing to change what's going on right now. Cross is still in critical condition, Yuka is still dying, and life goes on. Just 2 angry kids fighting it out just so they have something to do. At the end of chapter 20, we saw Surugi unlock his full heavenly restriction thanks to Rika. But instead of finishing the job and taking the kill, he instead lets himself get cut down. Gotta love them Zen and jeans. That's definitely Maki's grandson. Or farming even when getting cut down, you gotta respect it. Speaking of which, we get a flashback to when young Rugi was training with Maki. Maki was telling him about his strength. He gets stronger through loss just like she does. But she tells him to make sure that he doesn't throw something away that he shouldn't. She tells him about Mai, how she got stronger because of her. But sometimes, she still wonders if Mai really needed to die. Maybe someone else could have taken care of it. To think that it had probably been over 50-60 years since that day, and she's still thinking about it. A future where Mai still exists. Even crying in front of her own grandson makes me feel bad for Maki, especially after watching episode 4. But that conversation led Surugi to give up. If he went through with his attack, it wouldn't feel right. And I really appreciate his honesty right here, saying that he's only 17, he's a kid, he doesn't know a damn thing. All he really wanted to do was protect his little sister. And Maru was having a crisis too. If the Earthlings here hold the right to live their lives here and do as they please with cursed spirits, what happens to those who've had their place stolen from them? What about those who never had one to begin with? What do they do? What about space? With the Earth? Who do they belong to? He doesn't know either. It really isn't JJK unless the MC is suffering. Poor Maru lost his planet, his homeboy, his father, his brother, his homegirl, and now he's got the fate of the world on his shoulders. But then, we see something peculiar happen. The Noahsxz starts shining hella bright, and the Callion inside the ship also locks in as well. Dabra takes note of this, and by the way, I'm gonna give him his own video later, but the fact that this dude literally sped ran Jujutsu in 20 minutes, bro, give him 1 chapter of Gojo vs Sukuna to read, and he'd be top 1 in no time. Anyway, things about to heat up big time, so lock in. We end up seeing Yuji and Maru in this I don't know, space. It'll be explained later in a second. Yuji notices the Callion, and he actually knows what it is because Toto filled him in on everything already. I think it's nice to know that Yuji and Toto are still on speaking terms. Bros till the end of time. Referring to him as the funny guy with the musical instrument instead of a left hand is also hilarious too. This Callion is the oldest one worshipped by the Rumelians. Resembles a cursed spirit too. And here is Yuji petting it nicely. He's always been on good terms with the animals though, so it doesn't surprise me. Maru needs Yuji's help because he wants to do something big. Using Yuta's cursed energy, the mole, aka the substance that is used by cursed energy, and Maru's CT along with his CT, keep that in mind, he wants to bring harmony to the Earthlings and the Temurians, but he can't do it by himself. That's why he needs Yuji to be a representative for Earth and its witness. Yuji wonders what he means by harmony, and Maru says that he wants to create a world where cursed spirits are never born. Sounds familiar, huh? Because that is exactly what Yuki said in her conversation to Geto. Yuji's still holding on to that soul book even after all these years. Calling Yuki someone my brother was indebted to also made me smile. Yuji agrees to help out, and Maru then puts the book in his inventory because apparently you can just do that now. But there's one more person that they have to meet, someone chosen by his CT as a key to harmony. I know y'all might have some questions about Maru's CT, and I honestly still don't understand it at all. I swear it just allows him to do whatever the hell he wants, but we'll see it in action soon. Now, you may be wondering, who is this person chosen by Maru's CT? Well, after Maru opens a curtain where the souls of the Earthlings cross through, we see him. And it's none other than the most hated villain in JJK, Mahito. Yuji's reaction was priceless, man. He wasn't even mad. Niggas started laughing like he saw an old friend again. I thought Mahito was about to get on that timing too. He had me fooled. Bro was over here saying some, I've been waiting for you. What took you so long? Had order for these 2 panels alone and never again. Down here celebrating like he just won the Super Bowl. Should've known better. A nigga never pulls up on someone with their hoodie on if they got good intentions. Buddy, you are about to die. And Mahito realized quickly that things were about to get scary for him. Hit the, wait a minute. If I'm here and you're not dead, then absolute genius, bro. Yuji was like, nah, bro, I was just summoned here. And dude fell down to his knees like the Law King. Started crying like a little bitch. Bro hasn't changed in 68 years. Maru facial killing me too. He has no idea what Yuji has done to little bro. Mahito used to run the JJK streets and he's now getting treated like an average Joe. Mahito fans feel him the same way NBA old heads do, watching the next generation. You had no idea how good Mahito was, oh my god! Yo, this generally might be a top 5 panel in JJK. Mahito was doing all that ore farming earlier in the series just to get done like this. Yuji ain't even looking at him, bruh. And the expression on Mahito, this gotta be worse than 9/11 for his fanbase. Any modicum of ore that he once had has officially been washed down the drain. And no, don't worry, it gets even better. In the next scene in chapter 22, we get this glorious panel right here. Yuji staring down Mahito like crazy. Yuji, the artist, not the character, loves giving our boy his time to shine, bro. He looks more like his mom every day, bro, especially with the stare down. I know y'all see the similarities. Mahito was hype as a bitch last chapter just to turn around and cower in fear. We can't even see his face, but we got a first class seat to the sweat beads dripping down his face. Yuji says that he understands what's going on. Maru intends to change the form of Japanese souls so cursed spirits can't be born. And that technique will be strengthened thanks to Maru's spaceship and Yuta's cursed energy. He wonders if something like that can really be done, and Maru says that it can if Yuji permits it. And Yuji was all like, hey, this guy right here, he ain't the type to just obey like a good boy. And Maru replied that it's alright because they're still gonna need a subjugation ritual. The way they're talking about Mahito, like he's not like standing, sitting down there right in front of him is insane. This is how it'd be at them parent-teacher conferences when your parents found out you were misbehaving at school, already plotting to beat your ass when you get home. And it gets even funnier when you realize that these two aren't even concerned. Maru's over here asking if he could run the fade, bro. That's insane. Mahito waited 70 years just to get power clipped by a random green bean. And I know he was shaking in his boots when Yuji said, nah, I'll do it. The fact that Yuji's only worried about fighting Mahito was accidentally killing him. This makes me smile like a geek, bro. Over here addressing Mahito as this thing. He ain't even on a first name basis with that nigga anymore, man. The disrespect. I don't think my dimples have disappeared from my face since 2 days ago. This is just too good. Maru basically told Yuji to do whatever he pleases. Since this place is a crossroad for souls, nobody besides the two of them have a body. A defeat here from Mahito would just mean subjugation. So go at it as much as you want. Mahito was absolutely mortified. Veins started popping out. He getting PTSD from Shibuya. No Kenjaku to bail him out this time either, but it is over. And I know I've said it like 3 times this video, but this is the top 5 Yuji panel for me, bro. If you showed me this panel 2 years ago when Yuji was still getting them bum allegations, I would have fainted on the spot. Bro really came down to his level and told him to get ready to run the fade. I was ready for him to start asking if he's ever trained before. Mahito froze. He ain't moving 70 years, bruh. At least fight back. I'm getting mad Suguna vibes from this one too. This is really how he was doing Jogo back in the day. He's fully taken after his uncle. But I guess I spoke too soon. We see Mahito try to backhand Yuji, but all he did was add to his aura. Got him skirting on the floor to weed the attack. Hands in his pockets too. We then see the scene change as Mahito says, all that yapping. Don't you dare look down on me. Anytime an anime character begs you not to look down on them, there's a 90% chance that you can. This ain't Shibuya, little bro. We done with the 90s. You haven't been a special grade since the Trump administration. Stay in your lane. Bro been locked up so long, he probably still on the Sukuna scale. He's not worth a single Yuji finger. I will admit, him changing the background to Shibuya was actually kinda cool. It's even funnier too, because Yuji was more interested in the backdrop than Mahito. But he was changing the floor beneath him, and Yuji wasn't even looking his way. It seems like Mahito had a change of heart after doing that too, because he's back to his normal self. If you got a body, I can just kill you, right? Oh, wow, man. That's crazy. Never thought of that before. This is where I can do as much as I want. I was low-key hyped to see what Mahito could do right here, because the entire world is basically his canvas. He's got a domain without a domain. He can basically do what he wants right now. He starts attacking him with these, like, fish, I don't really know things that Yuji took a page out of Dagon's book. But when I saw my goat still had his hands in his pockets, I knew he wasn't getting touched. Mahito then uses idol transfiguration. I really like the symbolism in this panel right here, using a perspective behind Mahito to foreshadow the back shots that he's about to receive from Big Yuji. That boy feeling himself now, saying that this place is as close as possible to the soul, meaning that everything in here is a target for his technique. He plans on utterly destroying Yuji. Even his attempts to look young will be smashed into pieces. He really saying that like Yuji asked to look young like this in the first place, bro. But that bum will soon eat his words. And what happens next is something that I have never seen in JJK before. We all know that a domain expansion can change the course of a fight. We've also seen domains malfunction before, like with Gojo and more memorably, Suguna. But have you ever seen a domain get destroyed before they could even get off the hand signs? Nigga tongue hit the ground before the words even left his mouth. Chopped off all his fingers too, got that boy looking goofy, saying some, eh? And then when he looked up, oh my word, feast your eyes on this greatness real quick. Yuji didn't even need to make an incantation. Hell, he didn't even use a single hand sign, bro. Had his hands in his pockets the entire time too. Sukuna needed an enchanted world-cutting slash to waffle Kashimo, but all Yuji needed was 2 seconds and a dream. Gave that boy a free haircut too, a little off the top. He really could have just taken his head off, but he had to be petty and take the hair off too. Other Yuji's art is so good, man. Like, I've been looking at this panel for the past 30 minutes and it's just so peak, dude. One angle wasn't enough though, nah, we gotta get the front view too. And look at his face, got clapped so quick, he doesn't even register what's happening to him. Mouth still open, the words domain expansion never left his tongue. And when Yuji went over to him and said, hey, were you always that weak? I shed a tear, bro. This is really what happens when you beat the game, then go back to replay your first boss. Smurfing at its finest. And Maru is so sweet, apologizing to Mahito for no reason. After defeating him, Yuji wonders if Mahito has been messing with his dead comrades. And while Maru says that he wouldn't be able to interfere, we did see him earlier in the story with Surugi. Man, those were the days. We all thought Mahito was gonna come back strong as hell just to be done like this. It's even funnier when you realize that the only reason he was able to box with Yuji in the first place is thanks to Maru restoring him with his curse technique. I think the worst blow to his cause though was this next page right here. Getting your ass beat, filleted, and fried is one thing, but getting turned into some merchandise is a whole nother thing, man. Imagine waiting 68 years to get your get back, just to be turned into a labubu. Next to Yuki's soul book, it looks like a bedtime story. With the fraud out the way and everything set up, Yuji and Maro go over their plan, because there are a couple of ways they can go with this right now. Cursed spirits form when cursed energy leaked from humans settles and piles like sediment. This happens only in Japan, so the 2 ways to get rid of them will be 1, remove cursed energy from Japanese people so there'll be no leaks in CE, or 2, make all Japanese people into sorcerers so the leaks are minimal. Big shout out to Yuki for those notes, man, still helping after all these years. Option 2 seems to be the least viable option though, because it means that more heavily restricted users like Toji, Maki, or Surugi would appear. Geto just rolled over in his grave here in that statement. A world filled with monkeys like Toji washing sorcerers? Yeah, we good, bro. On top of that, what's stopping those with power to start going crazy? We saw what people like Higuruma were doing when the Koen game started. Give that power to an entire nation and it's going under in a week. So it seems like option 1 is the correct decision here. Take the cursed energy from both Earthlings and Sumerians and they'll be able to atone for the troubles that they have caused. Quick side note, I think it's pretty sweet that Yuji was helping out Maru without even knowing his name. They really just met and locked in, bro. You love to see it. Yuji says that Maru isn't wrong, but at the same time, what they're about to do right now is a great sin. By removing cursed energy, they'll be trading away possibilities for the future. Research on cursed energy as a new energy source will never happen. And if resources are exhausted 100 years from now, cursed energy won't be there to help. On top of that, using people's bodies without their consent is not good. Yuji would definitely know better than anyone in the world how that feels. We also got to see Yuji up close for like the first time ever. And the low-key scared me because like, we got so much detail in this one panel. You can't tell me that you don't see the Gojo in him, especially with the shadow right here. I've been hearing so much yap about Yuji and how he was disrespecting Gojo's last wish because he wasn't quote unquote helping. But here he is, cleaning up a situation that could have been solved earlier if not for the incompetence of these new gen sorcerers. He's over here saying that he's gonna live for another 300 years on some cheap timing and he's still gonna take care of things. But oh, y'all want to get up on his case because he wasn't holding the hands of the new generation. Man, shut up. There is one problem with their plan though. Even though sorcerers still alive will still have their techniques, according to Yuji, cursed spirits will still be born, even after they remove cursed energy. And Maru was like, wait, what? And I was too, because what do we do then? Is there a secret third option? Yuji's somewhat immortal, right? Are they gonna use him like Tengen? I really hope not, bro. That's my worst nightmare. I need my boy to be free from the curse called life. But yeah, that's basically it for this chapter. I'm hella interested to see what Yuji and Maru do going forward, but I have a slight feeling that things might not go as planned. Because let's just face it, when was the last time a plan worked in JJK? But we'll see though, we'll see. But yeah, that's it for today. Comment your thoughts and theories on what you think is going to go down in these next few chapters. The way things are looking, we could get another JJK series, but you know, that's just some cope. Yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.